just let's exercise her a little bit, you know.
the video to see these kicked on. What we're working with as far as trim channels and whatnot to cover the ends of our sheeting. That's like is we got some F channel over here, which we'll be able to tuck in one end of the sheeting into. We got nothing on the short sides or this other long side, so I got to figure out how to do this since I'm a professional siding person, a tin knocker, if you will. I don't know what I'm doing, so. Stand by. Alright, before we can put the tin on the ceiling here, we need to mount some J channel for the tin to guide into here. Right now we're going to be taking this red J channel which matches the outside color here. Yeah, Austin, let's go fix that mess up. We got this J channel all done here, which is that one thing to fix. Somebody shot a nail through the tin work. Wasn't him, he says. Must be that other guy I got working for me. Drilled all the screw holes so they were all in a nice perfectly straight line across the wall. I would like to do that on the ceiling. However, when they built this building, they did not get the truss spacing close enough for us to be able to get that target. You're only getting an 1.5 inch wide board across 40 feet. So the trusses have some waves to it, but that's not our only issue here. They also, what I imagine happened is they put them on the wrong side of the line. So when you lay out the trusses, you pull your tape measure out, and whatever center you're running the trusses on, you put a line, and then you put an X on the side of the line. But so that trusses that are out a little bit, and that doesn't really affect the building integrity at all, but it definitely makes it a lot harder to try and screw something to. So unfortunately, it's going to be a slow process. We're going to have to pull a string line on each sheet and screw.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Dirt Grease Outdoor Piece. On today's video I am doing fixing some oil leaks on I believe it's a 92 Sportster. It was originally 883. The customer thinks that because it runs so good that it's a 1200. We're gonna find out. You can see right there. Well, not only are the cases and cylinders plain, which usually indicates at 883, but it says 883 right there. And I see paper gaskets here, and I started the bike up because the customer thought that the oil was just coming from the rocker boxes and leaking down. And when I saw the paper, I thought, there's probably no way that these gaskets aren't, the base gaskets aren't leaking. And so this is an interesting one. I was a Harley mechanic at a dealership for 16 years, and we used to check intake seals by spraying it with brake clean to see if they were leaking. And I mean, it's probably not the best. It's not the best way to do it. Because sometimes even a seal that is in good shape can leak with brake clean, but you usually know right away when it's got a running condition if it's intake seals or not. But I had the bike running and I was trying to get it warmed up because it was cold outside, and I was spraying the base off, and the engine was changing RPM. The engine was actually picking up RPM when I was spraying the base gasket with brake clean. I've never seen that before, and so that was really interesting. And yeah, so I got the just started tearing it down. You can see the oil. The oil is just all over everything. He hasn't cleaned anything. It's on the front fender. I mean, it's just all over this thing. And so we're tearing it down and planning on doing the base gaskets, and now we're gonna find out if this is really a 1200 or not. And so now that we're at this point, I have to put my flat jack underneath it to jack it up and put it in gear, pull the spark plugs out and put it in gear, and then I can use the rear wheel to roll the engine over, and I'll get the see, the exhaust valve is open on this one, so I'll get these to the compression stroke to where both valves are closed, and then I can pull the rocker base, do the same on the rear. And actually coming apart, you really don't have to worry about that too much, but it's just a good habit to get into. And pull the intake and carburetor, and we should have this thing tore down in a fairly short time. So thanks for watching, everybody. Yeah, don't forget, please, if you guys like the video, please hit the like button. Just take a minute and give me your support. Hit the like button, click subscribe if you haven't, and leave a comment. And even if you just say hi, if you know, if we can get some more comments going on these videos, that'll really help my channel, because it just, when the algorithm and YouTube sees these comments in the video, they know that there's interaction, and they know that the video is popular, and it just helps push it out more. So I really appreciate everybody watching, and please give me a little bit of support. Thank you. Now this is a K&L flat jack. If you're going to be working on a Harley, not only would I suggest getting a lift and getting your bike up in the air, but you got to have a flat jack. Even if you don't spend the money and get a good K&L, you know, you could get I think you can get cheap ones for 100 and some. I think these K&Ls are two something anyways. They might even be 300 now, but these are the way to go, because they are a flat scissor jack. They've got these ears on them that make them stable. Sometimes even on I'd be working on a bike on the ground, and I can jack it up and pull a front wheel, or do a front suspension, something like that. So this is a great tool to have. tight. Hey there with that one. Nice. This is the VOES. It's a vacuum operated electric switch, and that is for, that retards the timing under load. Like going up a hill and you twist into the throttle, it backs the timing off so the engine doesn't ping and pre-detonate. Put the transmission in high gear. This one must be, no, hey, it is a 5-speed. I'll roll this over. Right there, it's coming up on compression. Both valves are closed, and now we can, there's 3 7/16 head bolts on the bottom. There's one on here, one here, and then our main, they're 5/16 bolts with a 1/2-inch head rocker that hold the lower rocker on. It does have metal gaskets in there. Now, this is what happens to them over time. The coating comes off. Mainly the oil was coming from the top of the rocker, so. Pull these push rods up and let them drain, and pull the rear apart. gonna go ahead and pull the carburetor right off to get it out of the way. So loosen up my adjusters here. Back those off. The intake's loose. The carburetor wasn't gonna fall out either. Wow. Holy cow. These usually just fall out. What the hell? Holy cow. Jesus, that thing is destroyed. Now we'll take our throttle cables off of it. This thing is so nasty. All this oil on it. Oh my god. Get those out of the way. Pull our vent hose out of there. And we'll let this leak all over my bench somewhere. Those gaskets must be shot. So now we use a 1/4 inch Allen. This is a special Harley tool that I got. It has a ratcheting head on it, and it's a 1/4 inch ball Allen, and we use that to get in here on these real tight intake bolts. Usually when I go back together with this on this tight side over here, I replace these Allens with the regular 5/16 hex head, which makes them easier to tighten up. You don't have to worry about them stripping out. These you don't have to even take all the way out right now because there's a slot. This side I use a long ball Allen. Ouch. Make sure it's in there all the way. Get this one in there. There we go. There we go. Yeah, oh my god. These gaskets are just absolutely roasted. Yeah, this guy isn't gonna believe how this thing's gonna run when he gets it back. Look at this gasket. Just completely shot. And now we can pull the heads off. They are, I believe, half inch 12 point. I wish wish I could get you guys in a little better spot, but maybe I'll put you here. Not the best, but I'll put you right there for a minute while I break a couple loose. Oh, they're not too bad at all. Sometimes you gotta use a big 1/2-inch breaker bar on these. Over on the other side. These are not very. Surprised they didn't fall off. Forgot I got that head bracket on the front I gotta take off, but I'm gonna get this. Okay, well, I had to change the battery. I got all the bolts out and we're gonna pop this loose. And guess what? It's an 883. Ah, yeah, that's funny. That is funny. Because the customer said that it was fast and had other people ride it and they said it was fast. Well, it's probably because of the gearing. The 883s have, yeah, they have torque. They got bottom end torque, but they're geared low too. So it feels like they take off fast. So I'll show you. Oh, this is kind of crude. Kind of a crude way to measure it, but you can see that's a 3-inch, and a 1200 is 3.5 inch, so it would be 1/4 inch per side. So now I got to find out if the customer wants to do a conversion and what that's going to cost. And it used to be about, well, at least 10 years ago, maybe even, yeah, about 10 years ago, it used to be about $140 or $150 to bore these cylinders out to 3.5. And the pistons used to be, it used to be about maybe a little over 200. So we'll see what he wants to do there. So those base gaskets, when I saw the paper, that kind of led me in the direction that this thing has never been apart on the bottom end. So those are probably the original paper gaskets. These are just O-rings in here. Pop those out. See how thick the spigot is on that? And actually, don't think those are original gaskets. No, somebody might have done base gaskets on it, but they used some aftermarket paper ones. Probably a long time ago before they had metal bases. So yeah, we'll see what the customer wants to do about that. Oh, look how cute. Look how cute those little pistons are. Aw. I gotta pull this head bracket off of here, and then I can pull the front cylinder apart. Oh, what do you know? That's not tight either. Wow. Man, this thing's great. Somebody had this thing apart and never tightened anything up. I mean, it's not like it's crucial fasteners either. It just holds the motor in the frame, so it's not a big deal. Sarcasm. Hey, this side was tight. Of course, these things do vibrate a lot. A lot of this stuff, when you put it back together, put blue Loctite on it. These things are solid mounted and they vibrate. So 2 bolts on the front of the head, and then 2 bolts. Ouch. And I'll get a socket so I can do it today. These are the whoopsie. Got my impact caught in there. Do is take this out of gear. Piece of junk. Piece of base gasket. And thick, clean rag, and I put it down here and wrap it around the rod, and that'll keep any other junk from falling in there. And probably what I'll do is once the customer looks at his parts, I'll put a plastic bag or some kind of cover over all this to keep it from getting dirty. Okay, well, we got this one all tore down, and I have to talk to the customer about it's still 883, so we gotta figure out what he wants to do there, if he wants to put the money into converting it to a 1200, and of course, get everything cleaned up. This thing is just a boiling mess. Really not gonna do too much with this right now. I'll just clean up the gasket surfaces, but I don't want to get a bunch of junk down in the cases or down in the lifter boards or anything like that. So, but all this other stuff we can get cleaned up. And I don't know if I might just go ahead and post this part of the video and just do a continuation after with cleanup and assembly, and we'll see what the customer did or wants to do. And so yeah, I hope that was informative and helpful, and you guys enjoyed that. This is what I used to do for a living. For 16 years I worked on Harleys. I went to a Harley school down in Daytona a long time ago. I'm a lot older than what I look. I don't know if anybody's been watching the channel for any length of time, but I'm older than what I look. When I went to Harley school, after I got an associate's degree in business management in 2001. Or no, I'm sorry, 2000. In January of 2001, me and a friend of mine went to Daytona and went to Harley motorcycle school for 6 months. And when I came back from that, I got a job at the local dealership, and I worked there for 16 years. Actually, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed most of the time. It was like working on a hot rod for a living. With the chrome and the nice sound of the rumble of the Harleys, and I learned a lot working there. Not only furthering my knowledge about mechanical things, but really developing my electrical knowledge, and learning about 12-volt systems and the charging systems and batteries, and then getting involved with the newer technology with the ECMs and body control modules, and all the sound systems and all this stuff. So it was a good job. They treated me very well, and it was hard to leave there, but it was just a decision I had to make to further my, I guess, just it's just part of further development in my life. And I left Harley to start a job that had maybe a little better future, with a retirement and the possibility to make a lot better money at some point. And that didn't work out, and that was that was a devastating point in my life. And I was really I got really down in the dumps for a while and was really, you know, contemplating, you know, what I was worried about what was going to happen. You know, it just, you lose a job, and the first time I've ever been fired, and it was just nonsense. It was just stupid little crap, and it was just it was a toxic environment, and at the time, like I said, it was devastating. But what ended up happening was I started my own business, and I got involved with taking care of a large property for these wealthy business people, and it just completely changed my life. I love the freedom of not punching a clock and having you know, having the freedom to do what I want to do, and so yeah, things are still going well, and I still work on Harleys. I have a lot of repeat customers that come and see me. I have this is the first time I've dealt with this guy, but you know, I still have a good reputation around the area to work on bikes, and so yeah, I just thought I'd share a little bit of information with you guys, and I will talk to the customer, and I will we'll figure out what we're going to do, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you very much.